We're live.
We're live, and it's a very scary day because it's live. Just joking, it's not scary, but it is warm out. And we're at Williams Lake with Sunny Dyck. And Sunny Dyck, we're at a skate park because you're involved with what exactly?
With roller derby.
Roller derby?
Roller derby.
What's the name of your roller derby business?
We are the Carabruisers Junior Roller Derby, otherwise known as Williams Lake Roller Derby Association.
Cool. How long has that been going for you?
Well, roller derby has been in Williams Lake for probably close to 2 decades. However, our junior team has been on the go for 12 years now, coming up 13.
What ages are the junior teams?
From 4 to 18. Oh, yeah, we have littles.
That is such a range.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Are they split up into different...
They are.
Okay, I was thinking 4 to 18 is a pretty wide...
That's
especially
a little bit of a height
it's my understanding that roller derby can get a little violent.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't want the 4-year-olds
they're the ones you need to be careful of.
Are they? Okay.
They're the most dangerous ones because they have no fear whatsoever.
Right.
You put them on wheels and they are ready to go. No fear, no worries, nothing. And they're the ones you have to be worried about because they're little. They get underfoot.
Yeah, on the ski hill, the little ones are
They're scary. They're scary, and I love them for it. They're fantastic. Yeah. But yeah, we are split up into groups. So we have the 4 through 6, which is a parent involvement group, and then from 7 to 15, 16, we don't really have like a specific age cutoff. Right. They're in one specific group, and they sort of train together. And then we have our juniors that are going into the adult sport. Right. So it's split up, but we are a very big age range, and we have them all. We have them all.
So why roller derby?
Why not?
Yes, why not?
Why not? Okay, so I started roller derby here in town as somebody who's originally from the coastal area and always loved it down there. It was a little more underground without saying my specific age. It was definitely more of an underground sport, a little bit on TV. People knew about it, but there wasn't really an organization that sort of did bouts and gameplay.
Did you participate before you came to Williams Lake though, or was it you were more of a fan?
A few times. No, we definitely put on our back then inline skates and definitely took part in places we weren't supposed to be after dark. When parents think that you're doing homework, we were off at a skate park or parking lots. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I did take part. Got hurt numerous times and loved it every time. Then I decided to go off to university and get an education, but roller derby was always there. So when I moved here and I found out that there was a small grouping of women that had started rolling together and were bouting with Prince George and Kamloops, which also has a very large roller derby team, I decided to dabble. And it's called being an NSO, which is a non-skating official. So you sort of learn behind the scenes and all the rules. And I'll tell you, there's rules. there's like a book this thick of rules. There's lots. Man. There's lots.
I'll break some of those.
Oh, yeah, most of us do. But I started behind the scenes and decided to work my way up that way. The opportunity presented itself with one of the original founders of the Lake City Girls here to sort of break off and start our own team of recreational style with the hope of being bout play ready. Okay. And I sort of jumped in with both feet, and we started doing what I knew originally. We started in parking lots and late night practices and, with Mod Podge gear and didn't even really have names. And then we went from there, and now we're here. So I've been coaching and skating here for 13 years. Plus.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh wow!
So it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a long while.
For sure.
And hopefully to continue.
So for anyone who maybe isn't familiar with the sport of roller derby, can you maybe give a brief explanation of how it works, what the goal is, what the rules are, kind of a thing?
I can try.
Okay.
So it is 2 teams, and you have blockers and jammers. You know how a lot of sports have like a ball or a bat or a safety net or anything like that? We are those. Okay. We are the ball.
Oh.
Yeah, so we use our human bodies as battering rams, I guess. I don't want to make it sound violent because it's not always violent. It's a lot of fun, and when you do hit other people, you giggle about it and you congratulate them, and it's a lot of high fives
It's
and
fun
hugs.
violence.
And it really is, and it's very therapeutic. But what it is we're on an oval track, and you have your two teams. So you have one team and the other team, and then the jammer is the ball.
Okay.
I mean, to put it in very loose terms.
The objective.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be lots of roller derby players out there that are like, don't say that. We're not the ball. But the jammer is what goes through the pack, which is the other team. You go around the track and you skate on through, and that's when you get your points. So the idea is sort of an interesting version of Red Rover on wheels,
Okay.
where you're going through the pack and trying to make your way through and gain points, and then you call it off immediately, and you do this all in 2 minutes. And then you repeat it. And you keep going.
So when you go through the pack, is it the other team's pack that you go through, or is it a
Yes.
mix of people?
No, it's the other team.
Okay.
The other team is the objective to get through the pack, to get past them and not have them stop you. And of course,
And the pack is trying to stop
their
you.
entire goal is to make sure you don't get past them.
Like bocce ball. One ball hits the other ball, and the ball goes forward. Oh.
I've never played bocce ball.
Oh.
But yes, it's round, it rolls, it goes. Yeah. No,
Okay.
same thing.
Sure.
It works for me.
You should play bocce ball.
I should.
I'll roller derb and you bocce ball.
Can you play bocce ball on skates?
I'm sure you could try.
I
Extreme
could.
bocce ball play.
Extreme bocce
Oh,
ball,
yeah, I
exactly.
could.
New X Games. You know?
So if someone likes to rollerblade or hockey skate or figure skate, it would be a pretty easy transition to. The wheels are different though, aren't they?
They are. They are.
So
we use quad skates. So that's the 4 wheels on each skate. Inline and figure and hockey skate is, of course, the one. So
Yeah.
your difference of where your equilibrium is, I compare it more to snowboarding than I would other styles of skating.
roller skating.
Yeah, I would definitely put it in the snowboarding range. Your stance, your lower center of gravity, the way that we hold our derby squat, which is knees bent, it's more that style. And it definitely is a sport we both often do. If you're a roller skater, you're often a snowboarder.
So then, would
Okay.
you say if someone has blah. Would it almost be better to come to roller derby with no sort of skating experience
Yes.
rather than coming with, like, say, inline skates or something like that?
Yes.
It's like teaching an old dog new tricks.
Yeah.
So I obviously have a Facebook page. My one thing that I always say is I want the clumsy. I want the non-sporty people. I want the people that have never skated.
Thank you, Kelsey.
I want the people that have never skated before and are unsure, because then I don't have to unlearn
Right.
any bad habits, which we all get, and I have them too, specifically with roller derby as well. But the less coordinated you are, the better skater you can be, because you're more susceptible to getting into that derby safety stance. And you're more wanting to be a little bit closer to the ground. So you actually are naturally getting into the positions that I
Interesting.
need you to be in for not only safety, but for learning new skills. So yes, the less inclined, I want you. I want you to be part of my team. It's what works. It's a proven model. So it works for me. So
Clumsy,
I go from
klutzy
there.
people,
Yes.
come join.
Yes.
I feel like that's not often the messaging that someone would get when they're invited to join a sport. Like,
Yeah.
if someone wants to try out, baseball or something like that,
Yes.
it's not like we want the clumsiest guy around. Come on, join our team.
Right. No, it's definitely, because it's such an inclusive sport, anybody, I absolutely, hands down, believe anybody can get involved in not only roller skating, but move on to the roller derby aspect as well. You can stay doing it for fun. It's an amazing skill to have, but I honestly believe that anybody can do it because of that aspect of it. There's no rhyme or reason, and there's no milestones that you have to hit with roller derby. or with skating in general.
I would assume you'd have to get over the fear of falling.
No, we teach that.
You teach how to fall properly?
The very first class, I drive people a little nuts because I tell them, okay, we're going to get all of the gear on, we're safety checks, now you're going to fall. And they're like, but I just stood up. Okay, but the first 15 minutes of every class is literally learning how to fall safely. It's called pick a cheek.
Pick a cheek? Like pick a butt cheek?
To land on.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we're going to teach you how to fall safely. So if that does happen, you're safe,
Yeah.
you're laughing, you're getting back up, and you know how to do it.
Is it almost like sliding on a baseball square? Is that what they're called?
Diamond? Yeah.
Mound.
You know how they
Well, we do have a baseball slide, and it is probably one of our more
Base.
artistic looking ones. It's a completely useless slide, but we do it for a little bit of flair. But no.
No, it's not the same
No,
way of-
it's more like hitting a wall. When you do fall, you fall. The bigger we are, the harder we fall. I mean, it's an adage that rings true. But if you do it properly, you're not going to get hurt.
Yeah.
But it's a stop. When you fall, you're like Gumby, just falling.
That was my nickname, Gumby.
Well,
It really was.
it's a good derby
I believe it.
too.
Anyway,
Just because I trust you. That's all.
Gumby was trustworthy?
No, you are.
Oh.
So because you tell me that Gumby was your nickname, I believe you.
But do you think my head looks funny?
No, I don't think your head looks funny.
Okay. Anyway.
I don't think your head looks funny either, Sunny. Just so we're clearing that
thank you.
up. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. No helmet hair today.
Yeah.
So
Don't feel obligated to comment on my head at all.
You know, after she said Gumby, I just completely forgot what we were talking about.
So how long? So from when you joined roller derby here in Williams Lake, how long did you sort of dabble in that before deciding you wanted to move on to coaching?
Probably about 4 years. Well, okay, no. From the second that I started, I knew that as somebody who has that extroverted personality, that not only have I been involved in sports, I played baseball for 20 years. I did soccer. I did sword dancing.
That sounds fun.
Highland dancing. So I've always had sort of my feet in the door of athletic things, but as I get older, my brain and my body didn't match up anymore for those athletic things. So I always sort of knew that if it's something I couldn't do, I would definitely coach. But I always sort of had that drive to sort of mold people into, you can do this.
Yeah.
And I've always sort of been that cheerleader behind the scenes anyway.
Yeah.
That's why I started as an NSO here locally, is because I'm one of those people that wants to clap for other people. And it just sort of very quickly progressed from that just as somebody who likes to be a little bossy, I guess. I mean, just to be honest, I'm a Leo, I'm a little bossy. So, but that's the kind of personality it also takes to stand up and hold other people up as well as a coach, because it's not I'm in charge, it's more you're in charge and I'm encouraging that.
Yeah.
So I would say about 4 years before I took the leap and actually did a little bit of schooling on physical education to make sure that I had the right things to say and do, and make sure that I was putting my house and life on the line for this, that it was worth it. So about 4 years was my full progression from full-time skater to coaching. So
And then for you, what was the process, like you said, of getting the right sort of education and preparedness to be a coach? What was that like?
Well, I started with nutritional classes. Again, I'm just going to be perfectly honest. It's not self-deprecation, but when you look at somebody who looks like me, you don't go, that's the epitome of health. But believe it or not, hidden inside this mom body is an athlete.
I believe
And
it.
I thought it was really important to know the nutritional stances of being able to very proudly say, hey, I want you to have chocolate milk before practice. And have people go, excuse me, that's not healthy. Oh, but it is. Let me tell you the benefits of it. So I started with nutritional classes, and then I did the physical education classes. I started with a certificate and went on to a full diploma, and went from there, and just decided that having that backup of the education might help me in a world that is often more dominated by male coaches, to sort of stand my ground. And then I met the male coaches in town, and they're wonderful. They're like the most supportive people I have ever met. Every single one of them is like, oh, you're a coach. That's great. Me too. But I tried to do it in the, I'm here to fight for this, and found out it didn't need to be a fight at all.
Right.
But I enjoyed the education, and it does help with overall teaching, learning, as well as I do have a psychology background as well. So that does help with dealing with children in general. Well, nothing really helps with dealing with children, but
Psychology can't hurt, though.
No. But I teach sarcasm, and the kids teach me a little bit of being humble. So it does help with there. So I sort of.
Do they maybe also teach you what words like Riz mean?
No, they don't teach me, but they say it.
And you figure it out from the context.
Not yet.
Oh.
So if anybody can.
Riz is charisma.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. My 13-year-old teaches me.
Okay, so what's cap?
Oh, cap. Okay, so no cap means no lie.
Okay, because I'm told that we're gonna go do warm-ups, no cap, and I'm like, no cap. I don't.
Yeah, I don't wear my baseball cap either.
Wear your helmet because that's safety.
Yeah.
But I don't. I just skibbity toilet along with them. I don't know. I have teenagers too, and I try to get. I don't know.
I honestly don't get skibbity toilet.
I don't either.
I've seen some of the skibbity toilet videos. They're not.
I don't.
What are you talking about?
Right?
Sorry.
Oh, you'll never
Skibbity
know.
toilet.
You'll never know.
Yeah.
It's like the secret language.
You can look it up on YouTube if you're really
Don't.
curious. No, you probably shouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Is it not TELUS friendly? Can we not talk about it right now? Right here?
It's an animation made. Well, I think it originated from like an animation made in a game that involved a head popping out of a toilet.
Yes.
And just sort of dancing down the street. And it's like a whole series, and I don't know, man.
But now it's a language.
Is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but if you say, "What's up, brother? Skibbity toilet," you can walk into 7-Eleven safely. It's like it's
That's
like
the 7-Eleven password.
They just give you a quick little nod, and it's all good, and then you feel good about yourself
There you go.
until you get in your car and go, "What did I just say?
It doesn't matter.
Where am I going?" It is so. I get a lot of that with the kids, with the age group. I don't know what they're saying half the time, but they're smiling and they keep coming back.
That's
so
all that matters, right?
I'm good. No cap. I don't have a clue what they're saying half the time, and that's okay. That's okay. I don't need to. Roller derby has worse things, so we have our own language too. So
What are some of the words in roller derby language?
And the rules. What are the rules?
Oh, the rules. Oh,
What's your favorite rule and your least favorite rule?
oh.
Let's add one more question. What's your favorite color?
Green.
Answer in any order you
Green.
want.
Okay.
The stress, the panic. I feel like the timer is going off here. Okay, so my least favorite rule is can openers aren't allowed.
Is that an actual on-page rule? Or is it just kind of accepted?
I think it actually has a real name, like
Is that
no
a metaphor?
elbows.
Okay.
It's equivalent to no elbows. You're not allowed to.
But you're also not allowed to bring a can opener with you.
You're not allowed to have a can opener.
Yeah.
No.
Which is, I assume, what you meant.
Yeah. No can open. No. You can't make lunch on the track.
Okay.
It's just not allowed. I'm sure that's actually a rule somewhere. RollerCon is happening right now, and I'm sure they are making up the rules of like no yellow glitter on your left eye. But that's how.
But the
rules
right
of-
eye is.
Yeah, but you're good to
Okay.
go. And that's how roller derby rules read. Is they can be, on Tuesday at 1:00, you're not allowed to go left on your skate to the inside. However, if it's 1:04, you can do a crossover. And I'm not kidding. That's how rules read. And they also change sometimes weekly. But my I don't like the fact that we're not allowed to physically shove.
Oh, okay.
We have to keep in mind that people go to work the next day.
Fools!
I know. That's why bouts are on weekends. But
Can you just wrap yourself in bubble wrap?
no, because
Probably a rule against that,
yeah,
too.
there probably is. Unless it's a shenanigan game, you're not. No, that we do wear pads. We are fully armored up. We
okay.
are quite safe. That's relative. But we're not allowed to physically take our arms and uppercut or go down into purposely hurting somebody. Not that I want to do that. It's just that's how your arms naturally are.
Right.
And we tend to chicken wing a little bit, although we teach you not to. Chicken wing versus T-Rex arms, it's a thing.
I walk around my house like this all the time.
See, and that's why you'd be good at roller skating. You'd be great at roller
Oh, I
derby.
know I will.
Because this is what we want you to skate like this, because it's the proper stance, and then you bend your knees and you sort of arch
Looking
your
for
back
clumsy T-Rexes is what you
Oh,
want.
pretty much. Yeah, that's what we want. Yeah. And now just imagine rolling, and it'd be perfect.
So how do you stand for? What's the roller derby stats?
Okay, so it's going into a general. Okay, I'm going to explain exactly how I explain it to people.
I'm talking.
You ever gone camping and been at one of those porta potties that you gotta go, but you don't want to sit down? Okay,
Not just a porta potty, like any restaurant.
Anywhere. Okay, so you're sort of getting into that lower stances. Yep. See, I didn't even need to go further than that. Perfect. Your back is in the right spot. You want to bring your back up a little bit straighter.
I drove from Kamloops. I peed on the highway. Okay, this is I peed on the side of the road.
But this is the stance, and then you keep your elbows slightly in. You don't want a chicken wing, and then you keep your chin up. And then, of course, you have your gear on. Yeah, okay. Well, if you do it like that, without the equipment and the helmet and the skates, it doesn't look as
What do you mean?
graceful.
I don't look good?
You look great.
Not saying that. I'm just saying that, we're definitely a little more graceful on skates. So, but that is the stance that we're looking for. That is a safety stance. And that is the best way to keep yourself safe and others safe, as well as get those maneuvers in there properly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fun.
it is.
Fun, I said. Fun.
So you, with the younger groups that you coach, we sort of spoke before we started that you mentioned, was it barrier-free?
Barrier-free, all-inclusive sports.
Yes. Can you tell us what that means?
So roller derby, in general, is one of the most inclusive sports there are. I don't really think I need to go into more detail of what inclusive means, because it means whatever it means to that person. It is an inclusive sport. Barrier-free for us in Williams Lake is we are one of the only, I think, 2 sports that it doesn't matter if you have equipment, we want you. It doesn't matter if you have money, we still want you. We will help you. It doesn't matter if you have any sporting ability, we got you. There is no reason that any youth in our community needs to be without a sporting environment, without that learning environment of being with other kids their age, because of anything stopping them. So we are completely barrier-free, and we have yet to come up with a quote-unquote barrier that has stopped a child from joining us. So, and that was our entire goal from day one, when my friends and I thought this would be a good idea of a little side venture for one summer, which, we're a decade plus old now. So, and many of them have moved on, and it's still me, and it's still working. So we're going to continue doing that, making sure that we can provide youth in our community something to do. And we're year-round as well. So we don't stop. We're not a 6-week program. We are year-round. I say that as we're on a short hiatus right now.
Why are you on a hiatus right now?
Because it's RollerCon. So RollerCon is a huge convention that happens in Las Vegas every year, where teams and players from all over the world, they do the Las Vegas thing.
Did you go before? Have you
gone? I've gone for a number of years. I was supposed to be on a plane on the 10th, but I'm here. I'd rather be here.
Aww.
So,
with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but it is something I attend and have a great time, and hardly remember until the next year happens. And it's a wonderful event. It is full immersion for adults, which, because I work with kids, it's a great little coach break for me, which is generally, if we do take time off, we're taking time off for me to do further education, or to boat myself, or play or practice with friends, and I do that quite often. Skates get thrown in the truck and off you go. So
are you looking to educate yourself any further?
always.
Yeah,
There's never a stop.
So what are you thinking of for next?
I would personally like to dive a little bit more into the business, like the actual physical business side. Ideally, we all have goals. So if I could run the world, not only would we be getting a new skate park, which I think I talked about before, we actually are, but we would also have a year-round indoor roller rink. It was extremely popular as a business model in other parts of the country. I think it could be popular again. I know that when we've had drop-in nights for adults, it's never dull or not a waiting line to get in. So ideally, I would love to educate myself a little bit more on the actual physical business side, and somewhere along the lines win the lottery and open up a roller rink that could be a 24/7 just roller rink. So of course there's goals.
Yeah.
And
With business skills, I wonder if you can get, access to grants and
oh
stuff
yes,
like that.
yeah. If I went from, because we're a nonprofit, and I would really maintain to stay a nonprofit when we have an adult team on the go, which is only in the spring. That is a business. It's run as a business. It's a pay to play. We do qualify for certain business grants. We pay taxes, which kind of takes the fun out of it. But I would like my youth teams to stay nonprofit. But the business side is already started there. It might be 20 years before it happens. I'm going to be the rock and roll grandma. I don't know how that's going to work, but it definitely needs to happen. But there needs to be a little bit more education on the large scale business. I am a small business owner, but I want to be a large business.
Sure. Yeah.
I maybe one day corporate. You never know. I mean, why stop at one aspect?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So no, there has to be a retirement plan in there, and I don't see me not selling roller skates out of my shed as a way to stay in business forever. I think having a storefront, having an arena, I think having those goals is something to continue looking forward to. So we'll see. But yeah,
Fingers crossed.
Business.
I see good things coming for you.
Well, I hope so. I mean, like something has to happen. But I mean, it's not something that I'm hoping for in the next 2 to 3 years.
Right.
I'm talking 20 years, when the reason I had children was to take on a legacy. So let's give them a legacy to have.
Oh, I thought
Right,
you
yeah.
were to do the dishes.
Well, they don't do those. They're teenage
You have
boys.
stores.
They don't do the dishes.
Oh,
So no, they just say words I don't understand and roll their
Stay
eyes.
glued to their phone.
Yeah, well, it's I don't know if they can be glued to their phone. Their eyes are rolling so far back in their head.
Enough.
And the all the time. So that's about
we did it
teenagers.
too.
Oh, I'm sure.
We were like that
I'm
too.
positive, and I apologize to my mother at least once a year, sometimes twice.
For how you used to be.
I start a conversation with, "Hi, Mom. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was 16. that whole year, just blank that out. I think she did too. So it's okay. It's okay. It's symbiotic.
It's
That's
nice
good.
now, though, as an adult, you could be like, oh, yeah, remember that time you guys were away for the weekend?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Well, when you grow up in a time without social media, we're sort of lucky that way because
Yeah.
there's no proof.
Yeah.
However,
there was proof.
yeah, no, there's plenty of proof, and they keep adding you on Facebook, and you have to delete them as friends because they might say something, and you don't. And your mom's on your Facebook. Hi, Mom. But
What's your mom's name?
Robin.
Hi, Robin.
Robin and Bill, my mom and dad,
Hi,
who are
Bill.
extremely supportive to the point where I just got my dad to go on a wild goose chase in Vancouver to pick me up a pair of skates that I could use for my youth team.
Oh, nice.
Because we provide all the gear. So, thanks, Dad. So
You asked for roller skates and you got roller skates?
yes, I'm sorry.
Mom.
I'm sorry. But the joys
Why
of
is she
having...
more supportive, Mom?
I started a problem here. But I also know that as I get older, the wonderful part about me getting older is that my parents are getting older too. So when they're like, hey, when did you do this when you're 17? I'm like, no, that never happened. And you can sort of now gaslight them into thinking that, it comes with age. The memory starts to go.
Time to do the reverse gaslighting.
Yeah,
Mom and Dad gaslit you long enough,
for
probably.
Years,
Yeah.
Clean your room. It'll help you grow stronger. It doesn't.
No, you
Um,
yeah.
Yeah, do your homework. It helps. No, it doesn't do your homework. It does help, but no, that didn't help anything. It's kind of nice to do that reverse psychology on parents. I mean, they buy it for a little bit, but again, they check Facebook too. So you got to be careful.
That's true.
You know,
Got to cover your tracks at all times.
you gotta learn to block the parent every once in a while. Love you, but you know, you do what you got to do.
I live with mine, so that'd be awkward if I just block them.
I don't think mine would live with me.
I'm sure it would be.
You know, yeah, no, that'd be just.
I'm still waiting for them to accept my friend request anyway. So
They're too busy.
It's okay. Maybe they're buying you roller skates.
maybe that's what they're doing.
You know, yeah.
You know, Christmas is coming. That's all I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
say.
know, it's always a good time for them.
Yep.
They're generally on sale in the middle of winter.
There you
Okay,
go.
let's not
right?
talk about my
Okay.
sad story.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
So where do you guys?
I asked for roller skates for my birthday and I didn't get them. That's it.
And she's very
that's
sad.
all.
I'm sorry.
She's very disappointed.
We'll get you a pair.
It's broken her spirit.
I have some in my truck. We could get you rolling if you. Yeah. Okay.
Rolling, literally.
Yeah. You know. Yeah.
What size are your feet?
Oh, I have like an entire cruise worth in there.
Because can we?
Maybe.
No, I don't know. How
maybe.
much time do we have left?
We got time, I think. I don't know. What do we got?
I think that was a cue on the. Oh, look, we're out of
We
time.
got 25 minutes to go.
Look at what that time is. It's not possible.
25 minutes. Is that too much time? Not enough time?
I don't know.
It does take about 10 minutes to get geared.
Actually, because when we did sword fighting for TELUS,
Yeah.
we they didn't like that because there was a chance that I could have got hurt.
There was, yeah.
So maybe, yeah.
Next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Next
want,
time. Or
Off camera, we'll
off
do it.
camera. Okay. Deal.
They
Deal.
do want liability waivers signed if you're going to
That's
do
the
something
thing.
that like is going to
Right, fair
cleave your
enough.
head off.
Yeah, do
So.
the liability waiver. I'll sign it now, and then we'll go.
Fair enough.
So, where do you guys normally rehearse then? Or rehearse, not rehearse.
Practice?
It's practice. That's what I'm looking for.
He's an actor, so.
So, during the summer, we are here at the Caribou Memorial Rec Center, and they have been amazing for years. Years and years and years we've been here. So, we practice when the ice is not on the arena floor.
I'm just gonna show you guys. Like,
over there.
kinda look-
You can trust us.
Over there.
No, you don't want to.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I will. Keep talking. Blah blah blah.
And during the fall and winter season, we have a couple amazing places in town. We have been at a local school, a private school, that has been more than exciting for us as they keep taking us on in all of our shenanigans. So we do practice in a local gymnasium. We've also been blessed enough to be out at Elizabeth Grouse, which is part of the Williams Lake First Nations recreation program.
Okay.
So really, every September we start putting out pleas that we need somewhere to practice because we don't want to stop our program. And every year, without fail, we get some sort of community center group school that says, yeah, we'll take you. So
I don't know how to sit.
Might have
done.
been
don't
better
like
to
being in the
approach
middle.
from the, okay.
So yeah, we practice within the schools but we'll arena, schools, outside skate park, parking lots. Still do bonsai practices.
What's that?
That's when you sort of do the call of, hey, it's 21 degrees, it's 9 o'clock at night, who's up for a roll around a parking lot? And we'll find anywhere that's flat surface, and you kind of hope that you see officers coming to tell you to leave because it reminds us of being teenagers. But we do like a good bonsai practice where nobody knows why we're there or what we're doing, and we look like little hooligans in our 40s. And we enjoy it, and it's good to get out at night and bring your kids.
And never abandon your inner hooligan.
Right? No, never, no. And I think that's why a lot of us that are involved in roller derby here in Williams Lake, we're really just stuck at 17, and I think that really helps and pays off because you're young at heart and you want to just keep having fun, and it's that little bit of attachment that is actually a healthy attachment. So I think that's where it stems from. Especially because even just skating in general does not have to be a level. You can put on your skates and roll up and down your driveway, and it's fun. You can put on your skates
Depends
and watch...
on the driveway.
Well, okay, yeah, it could be fun. It could be dangerous. There's been days I've put on my skates in my house and done dishes because there's nobody to skate with me, and I'm pouting about it, so I will do laundry on skates. It's good core energy or core workout. It's fun. So
People danced on roller skates too.
I do not.
Why not?
Okay, so when TikTok, let's put it that way. When TikTok started, there was a trend and upsweep in dancing on skates.
Yeah.
I am not guilty of being one of those people that started a TikTok channel specifically for that.
Do we believe you?
You want us to look at it, don't you?
No.
Oh. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
So I did a few. The whole nobody knows it's me. I have very distinct skates. We can pick out each other's skaters by what our skates setup is. So it's very obvious it's me. But enough times falling in the kitchen sort of teaches you that unless you're skilled at that kind of skating, leave it to the professionals. And there are some amazing, amazing professionals out there. So
you don't have tenants living underneath you, do you?
No,
Okay.
no. I did at one point have brand new wood floors, though.
Oh, and then what happened?
I skated on them.
Oh, and then what happened after that?
My husband told my
got mad at you?
mom.
He
I got
tattletaled
in
on you?
trouble. So, yeah. And then you sort of go,
Not much else you can do,
No,
really.
no, and then
It was going to happen eventually.
you continue doing it, and then you get a cement floor downstairs. So I do have a little bit of a roller rink in my own house now.
That's
So
gotta be pretty
my
cool.
God, that's
yeah,
so
yeah,
cool.
it's needed. It's needed. Skateboarders, they put in ramps. So I have it simpler. I had it more simple. I just cement floor and off I
Simpler.
go. It's, there's nothing in that room, and it's what I do on a hot summer day. You got to do what you got to do.
That's
so
cool.
but again, skating can be done anywhere.
Yeah.
You could. This little space here is good for skating. So it's not as much as it feels like a limited sport or activity, it's really not. So wherever you can go, your skates can go. So, and I've taken my skates everywhere. My skates have traveled more than most people.
I remember being young and they don't do it anymore, but the way they paved the roads, it was like with really they had chunks of rocks in it, and it was just like,
oh yeah,
and your teeth would get all like,
yep.
And your vision would go blurry, and I hate, and then your whole leg gets all like tingly and numb. And then, but yeah, I really geek out when I'm like, oh, this looks fun. This looks fun.
It's amazing that when we were looking at purchasing a house, every driveway we'd go by, I'm like, oh no, the driveway's not smooth. Oh, it's got too much grass in the front yard. Like, you start to change the mentality. But with there is special wheels now to skate outside. They're called road hogs, and you can do it anywhere.
So it's a softer wheel?
It's technically harder. It's just bigger.
Okay.
So our wheels are 52s, so they're wheel size. I don't have a wheel on me, which is also odd. But
roller skate wheels, are they just like skateboard wheels?
very similar, not quite the same.
Oh.
Skateboard wheels tend to have a bit of a bevel to them, and ours are more straight cut.
Oh.
But a lot of the times you can... If you're brave, you can interchange them, but
Are they the same size or close enough to be interchangeable?
They're pretty close. If you bust a wheel while you're on vacation, you can run into a skate shop and find a skateboard wheel. I wouldn't suggest it, but there is a little bit of interchangeability there. I put my roller skate wheels on my skateboard. I've never done it the other way, but
Okay.
I mean they're close enough. I just wouldn't suggest it.
Do you know what I saw somewhere on the internet? But it was like the earliest rollerblade invention, but it was just like a shoe, and then it was one wheel.
Yes.
And it would be on the side of your foot. And it was like it was like the monocle and top hat and cane era.
Well, there's a difference between when roller skating started versus when Seltzer, who is the sort of the grandfather of roller derby itself.
Oh.
Is it George Seltzer? Jerry Seltzer? Oh, name just left my head.
Oh.
But he was the one that invented how roller derby sort of the birth of how we know it today. So roller skating was like 1909, maybe even prior, before it was actually known as roller skating. But I mean, it's been around. It's not new. I know every decade I've been alive, it's been around, but it just keeps...
It seems like it came around the 70s to me. I don't know.
I feel like it
I'm
got
guessing.
popularized very large in the 70s.
What do you think? What do you know?
I mean, I wasn't really there, but But I would say that it definitely, because that was be the birth of the roller rinks as we know it.
Yeah.
Of the underage going out in groups, being all inclusive in
Going
one space.
steady.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really
It was definitely a more popular thing to sort of live freely come the 70s and certainly into the 80s.
Live freely on wheels.
Yeah, right.
And
Fast.
It coincided with disco.
It did.
Not
did.
roller derby.
No, but roller skating
But
in
there
general.
were
and
there were
there's-
literal roller discos, weren't there?
Yeah, we actually just had one here. In May, we had a roller disco.
Did you go?
Oh, yeah. Well, I helped. I helped. I helped
you were
with
kind
it.
of a big deal.
I helped with it.
I had to be there.
Yeah,
Kelsey.
yeah. No, it was. Yeah, I wasn't not going to be part of that. It's a wonderful group. Hi, Anne. And she is now, or they are, going to be in 100 Mile. I believe at the end of this month, and they go around and they set up these roller discos, and it was amazing success here. Like everybody that came had a great time. And when's the next one? So we're in the works of it.
Nice.
Can I go?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll get you on wheels.
Do you guys ever come to Kamloops?
Yes. Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Okay.
So and the roller disco does.
I saw
So
that.
they do salmon arm. Anne's gonna have to get in on this one. I don't
Anne,
have my
get in
phone
on
on me,
this.
which is a really odd appendage to be missing at
Here
the
you
moment. But they do have a Facebook, and she is amazing, and their music is amazing, and I think it's just Super Roller Disco on Facebook.
Okay.
And of course my Wi-Fi's.
Oh, while you're at it, you might as well look at that TikTok you did.
Oh no, that's okay. That's okay. There's like 12 of them, and I'd really rather not. Some things are best left in 2020, so that would be one of them.
In the abyss of TikTok.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. In the this is new. I'm gonna try that. I shouldn't have. So I'll stick with roller derby.
Do you want to talk a little bit about hopes for? You mentioned earlier, a new skate park here in
Yes.
Williams Lake.
Yes.
What are some hopes there that might happen?
Well, it just started in a couple weeks back now. I would love to have the specific dates, but a couple weeks back we had a community gathering with New Line Skate Parks, I believe it is, and they're coming in and they're showing us new concepts that Williams Lake could have. Of course, we can't all have everything.
Yeah.
But it is finally a step into improving what we already have, which, as wonderful as it is no longer of value to all the groups that participate in using the skate park. So, I mean, I have hopes and dreams of what it should look like, but as a roller skater, I am only 1/4 of the community that on average uses it.
Right.
But of course, we want bigger, we want more room, we want updated facilities, we want lights.
And I'm sure everyone would agree
I would hope so.
for the most part.
I think each one of the groups, we have the BMXers and the bikers, we have the skateboarders, we have the roller skaters, and then we have the scooter people as well. They each have an ideal thought pattern of what they would prefer here, but I think, lights, a water fountain would be wonderful.
Yeah.
More sitting, more shade,
A water
bigger.
park.
Well, we do have one down there.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, and it's running at the moment.
Oh, cute.
But it's all the way over there.
That's a long way away.
It's a long way. But we definitely have some collaborations going on with a couple groups here in town, and we all have some pretty big hopes that it'll all come to fruition and happen soon, and
Yeah.
we can continue.
And because this one has been here for a while now, hasn't it?
Yeah. It's quite a while.
Yeah. And nothing,
Again, I wish I had the stats. To it
That's
right
not a
now.
big deal.
But no, it's been here, and it's been not many
you can
changes.
it's lived in. You can.
It is very
I
homey.
hope people don't live here.
Well, you know what I
I
mean.
hope they have a place to live.
It's very well used, and it is a high traffic park.
Yeah.
But it's time for some upgrades. It's time to move from being a youth skate park into becoming a teenage skate park, in the aspect of it's time that it grows up a little.
Right. Sure.
But of course, anybody who lives on wheels of any kind that's our entire goal of any community we're in. It's the first thing we look for when we go anywhere is where's the skate park, whether we're going to use it or not. Just hanging out at it is something. This is home.
Sure.
Even doing this, if I'm going to hang out with a friend having a coffee, even not skating, this is what we'll do.
Makes sense.
Because it's I think some skate parks get sort of a bad rap. You can see there's no bad people here. It's the middle of the day, but it's even the people that have come through. They're all like, yeah, no problem. We're cool. We're on the same team. So it's. I think if more people understood that skate parks are, go watch.
Yeah.
Go sit down and enjoy what the people in your community are doing, and you will see that it's actually not just a bunch of people doing things that are objectionable or loud. It's actually an art form and a sport and a community and a lot of leadership. You'll see a lot of people teaching each other how to do things here. So go enjoy your skate parks.
Yeah, I would like to think that we're past the point where, most people or any people are dismissing skaters as some sort of delinquent or something like that.
I certainly don't think that.
To a point. I'm an adult, and I always think that, if I'm wearing, what am I wearing today? Shut up and skate. And I that's what's on the back of my hoodie. I don't think about it, and then I go into a random store, and you still get the looks.
Yeah.
And I don't understand, and yes, we still wear the Thrasher shirts. I mean, that's dated a little bit now, but we have a clothing look that we tend to wear, and it doesn't matter what part of the rolling community you're with. You do get judged, or you get, didn't wear your helmet enough times. Okay, but, you could accept that people, I wouldn't make fun of tennis players. I can't play tennis, so I'm jealous, but there's not a persona against it. And with skate parks and skate park people, for lack of better words, there's always going to be that stigma, but it shouldn't be there. We're really nice, sarcastic, but nice, and generally friendly, as long as you don't hurt our skate parks.
You're just wild. You're a wild child.
We sort of, definitely some of us are feral, and it's okay.
Not in a bad way.
No, not at all.
A good thing.
We're kids at heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely have that idea of fun, and it's safe fun if you have your helmet on.
Ish, yeah.
It's safe-ish.
Yeah. As long as you're strapped in properly and have all the necessary safety gear.
You can make it as dangerous as you want, or as safe and PG as you want, but it's one of those things that, it's definitely, there's no age cap at all, and that's kind of nice, is that, again, with my team, they're as young as 4 and all the way to adults that help assistant coach with me. There's no one age. There's no cliques that way.
Yeah.
Specifically with age, maybe with some of us rollers.
Not mentioning names that you could.
No, love you all. You're wonderful. But
I think that's natural in any group, though.
Oh yeah, and it's definitely not a competition. It's community over competition. But it's sort of, hey, we belong here too. Give us 10 minutes. But other than that, it's still skate park communities should live on.
Yeah, for sure.
So and hopefully they will, and ours will be bigger. And thanks to the city of Williams Lake, we'll hopefully see it happen.
Yeah. You hear that, money. City of Williams Lake? You better get on it.
We got to raise money.
Sidewalks.
Yes.
City workers.
I'm sure there's going to be enough of us out there in the next months, seeing where we can get funding to help the city build the skate park of our deserving dreams.
Skate park of tomorrow.
Yeah, well, it should be a movie.
Should be.
I mean, we start with live stream, end with movies.
Right.
We could get
little documentary.
We can get aerial photography.
We could get aerial photography. We got a business card.
So
we're halfway there already.
It'd be a whole production, and there's other movies out there about skate parks. So let's do it again.
What's your favorite skate park movie?
Is there a list?
Well, geez.
You brought it up.
Again, if you had asked prior, I would have been able to tell you.
Isn't there a movie called like Rollerball, and it's like a futuristic
Did you
dystopian?
Know that there's roller derby teams out there There's one in Australia, and they made a horror movie. Now,
No way.
they did, and it's wonderful. It's if you love cheesy B-rated
Us?
Australian movies.
No.
It's called Murderdrome, and
I think I've heard of it.
oh, it was wonderful.
Was that recent?
No, it's actually a couple years old. I know
Okay.
that I put it out there on Facebook like continuously because I had ordered 5 DVDs of it because I was like, I don't care. I'm going to support roller derby
Yeah.
sisters and brothers from around the world. But we actually had a viewing party at my house when it came out, and it was so bad it was good. It is so good. Like, I've watched it a number of times. You know when you have TV or movies that you just put on for the noise? It's not one of those. I put it on and I watch it.
Yeah.
I can't help but walk by and go, oh, hang on, I know this part. Oh, that's so good. It's so bad. Oh, it's so good. But it was well written. It was done 100% by proceeds from a roller derby team. They did it from beginning to end all by themselves and right out on DVD, and it's been amazing. And there has been a couple others, and a lot of us play little games where, you know, spot the roller derby player in Walking Dead had a
Right.
roller derby girl in it, or a typical roller derby girl. Or you can play video games. Fortnite has a roller derby set up now for a
I'm sure it probably does, yeah.
yeah, I say that too. I don't know. I was just told about it. I don't play Fortnite. Maybe that's
I
why
play a fair amount, actually.
I think that's why I don't understand what the kids at Derby say,
I
is
know,
because
yeah.
I don't know the
What is
dance.
it?
And
What's
Fortnite?
the fourth night?
It's Fortnite. It's a period of 2 weeks.
It's what?
It's a 2-week period. Is a fortnight.
It's a long time.
Okay.
It's a video game as well. It's a battle royale shooter, which means that you have 100 players, and they all jump out of a plane into this map, and then those players all shoot each other until one person is left alive.
No comment.
You asked.
I like to play outside.
You like Twister, I understand.
Yes, I do. Twister on your roller skates. Now that's fun.
Skates are kind of heavy. We play dodgeball and basketball and soccer.
On your skates.
We do. I get the kids to play
Shut up.
dodgeball, and so they're sitting in there at the end of practice whipping balls at each other. And we do all that.
That's so
Twister
fun.
would be a little, you know, those skates get heavy, so.
And Twister is pretty stationary. Not a lot of moving around.
Yeah, no. And it would, can't imagine, no. And
Yeah.
the gear would sort of stop you
Yeah.
too.
And then put wheels on your hands too. Whee!
No. That doesn't, yes, you can do that.
I will do
I will get
I'll
you some
film it.
skates, and we'll, even better, we'll TikTok it.
Maybe, yeah, we can live stream it.
Yeah, hey, there we go.
Okay.
We
We
can plan something out. I'll get you the skates. And
There
we'll
we
get that-
go.
we'll get that.
We
See?
are our season
Again.
2 live stream premiere is Kelsey inventing roller Twister.
Yes.
Oh, that actually sounds good.
Well-
You might actually be onto something, because that actually does have a sound to it. We'll talk.
Well, no, you just like crapped on my idea.
I
and
did.
now-
But now, see, now that it has a name, that sort of gives it a.
It does help, doesn't it?
It does help. So
Roller Twister.
you know, or what if the skates were only on your hands and not on your feet? So then you could use your feet for. Because then it would be like a whole new thing.
Or what if like you wheelbarrow someone? So
Yeah.
you have skates on your feet, and then the other person has skates on their hands.
See,
and then you...
it just needed to be honed a little bit. So
It does sound
I wasn't-
interesting.
I wasn't. I mean, it could be.
Isn't that like a wheelbarrow race from like high school? Or like elementary school? Didn't we
yeah,
do that?
but funner.
Yeah, but more fun. You're right with roller skates. Yeah.
Do it.
It's possible. We'll talk.
Okay.
Yeah. It's we play Hungry Hungry Hippo.
Oh.
So I mean, we could adapt. Some
Wait,
of
how
those
do you?
games.
What is that? I know that's the board game. That's the
Okay,
board.
so the kids, kids or adults. I actually have a number of videos with the adults doing it. It's hilarious. You get into a crouching position, so you're just like your own little dolly on wheels, and then the player behind you pushes you up to a bunch of those. The little plastic balls that they put in kids' playpen.
Oh, yeah,
or
yeah.
Oh,
ball
yeah,
pits.
like the ball
Yeah,
pits, yeah.
and we have a bunch of those in the center, and the player behind you has to roll you forward and stop in time so you don't run into the balls, and then pull you back as you grab the balls, but the other players are trying to get... Yeah, no.
Oh.
Yeah,
That
no,
sounds
it's
chaotic.
Messy. It's wonderful. Oh, yeah, no, that's more of an adult-style game,
Yeah.
but it's the more we can hide skills in games, the more people want to do these things. So it's not always just, blowing whistle and yelling at you and getting you to run skills and working you out until you want to puke. We play a lot of games and have a lot of fun too. So, that's kind of the key of it.
You make exercise playful.
We do. And again, we're kids. In our
At heart, yeah.
Yeah, at heart.
I'm just a baby.
I was picturing you taking an actual hippo and starving it for a week and then releasing it into a room full of people on skates.
Oh yeah, and then the skating people could run away from the hippo.
Exactly, that's what I was picturing.
Oh, would that be a National Geographic?
Stop! I have nothing to say to you.
So you're on to something too.
It's a good thing we're almost finished streaming together.
I'm hungry.
Apparently. Well, we've only got a couple minutes left anyway. In fact, we've only got about 1 minute left. So,
yes,
this is your time to say hello to anybody you would like to say hi to.
So no
your
pressure.
Mommy, your daddy, siblings, doggies, hamsters, children.
Yeah.
the city of Williams Lake, who should be working towards a new skate park.
Yes, all of that, and then what they said. Well, I just want to say that definitely thank you to Williams Lake always. And to my personal sponsor of my juniors, I would like to give a shout out to the Williams Lake Lions Club here in town.
Hi,
They are
Williams Lake Lions
amazing.
Club.
They have been extremely supportive of youth community sports and community activities for years, so they're wonderful. And then, of course, to my best friend, who she's probably actually watching this right now.
Hi, best friend, who's probably
And
watching right now.
my supportive family.
Hi, supportive.
Awesome.
So
What's your best friend's name? Who's watching? What's your best friend's name? Come on, say it. Say it.
that would be Tams and Adri. So
Tams and Airdrie?
Two people.
Adri.
Yeah. Tete Adri.
Hello.
So hi.
So if people want to join up,
Yes.
how can they get a hold of you?
Definitely through Facebook. I have all my socials on Facebook. It's under Care Bruisers on Facebook. CARIBRUISERS. It sounds even worse when I spell it out. Or if you type in Williams Lake Roller Derby, you will find us as well. It's all linked. We also have a web page. The arena puts us out in the summer living guide.
Right.
So you can get a hold of us through any contact through the rec center. And I'm not hard to find. I wish I was, but I am really easy to find.
I'm sure you could take steps if that was really a concern.
Well, I don't know if I can hide, but I'm often seen out and about in the community, and I volunteer with various number of groups here in town. So if you see me, say something, and I will talk about roller derby. Yeah, I will start in on roller derby, and I won't stop until you take one of my business cards and walk away. But yeah, generally through socials is the easiest way.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much for spending this last hour with us.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
It's warm.
It's a bit on the warm side
It's a
today.
little
Yeah.
warm.
I think we all have rosy cheeks.
Can
Maybe we should go buy
Can we
some
pass
aloe.
out now?
We can pass out now. Yes.
No.
Yes.
This ginger is done.
Aw. Poor little